going on, DJBooth.net? This is DJ Blaze, aka Kareem Julian, and I'm here to give you guys a quick rundown review video of the new M-Audio Torq Conectiv DJ software and hardware complete digital vinyl system. And basically what this is a software component, which is the Torq 2.0 software, along with the DJ hardware, which is the sound card by M-Audio by Conectiv. And basically what you do is you connect this up along with your external mixer and your external CD or vinyl decks, and you get a complete DVS setup to where you can play back your audio files from your computer directly on your turntables or your CD decks using the Torq timecode vinyl or a Torq timecode CD. Now all of this comes bundled together in a complete package. The setup is fairly easy. All you do is you use the M-Audio Conectiv hardware. On the back of this unit you'll see your 4 in and 4 out RCA connections. Well, your 4 inputs are for the actual decks, your CDJs or your vinyl decks. You'll put the first one into input A for channel 1, input B for channel 2, and then the next set of RCAs is to go into your mixer. And this is the output. Output A goes into your channel 1 of your mixer, and output B goes into second channel of your mixer. And you can use your CDJs or your vinyl decks, and that's what these switches are for here on the front, to either make this into a line level device or a phono level device. That way it'll amp up the level it needs in order to play back the vinyl properly. You'll notice they have these oversized knobs on the front. This is basically just so if you weren't using this with an external mixer, you can actually use these knobs to do some sort of mixing within the software. And also, if you weren't using an external mixer, you have these other controls and inputs for microphone and for your headphones. And you can also use the Q mix knob here to hear what's coming out in your headphones or what's coming out of the actual live output. So that's basically the hardware in a nutshell. A couple of negatives about the hardware is that it's all plastic. You know, some of the other big boy competition software sound cards actually come all metal, and they're a little bit beefier, a little bit more sturdy. So if you're going to be transporting this device, make sure it's not somewhere where it can be crushed or where it can be damaged in any type of way. You're going to have to just be a little bit more careful with it. And the other thing that was a little bit different about it, or a little bit inferior to the others, is that it's a 16-bit audio sound card. So the other big boys, Serato and Tractor sound cards, are all 24-bit. It will make for a slight difference in sound quality. With normal use though, the sound quality of this device is more than adequate for DJ usage and for playing out and about for your gigs. It's more than adequate enough. I didn't hear any crazy sound degradation during use. I didn't have any pops, any hisses, anything like that. And the software and hardware as a whole are just not very strenuous on your computer. So you don't need the latest and greatest computer to use this software and hardware, since you know the usage of your computer is not very demanding on your computer. Moving right along to the software. As you can see on the box, it says it comes with Torq 1.5. So when you buy this, it'll come with Torq 1.5 for a limited time until the end of the year, December 31st, 2012. You can get a free upgrade to Torq 2.0 software as long as you go on the website and you simply register your hardware component. You'll get a free copy of Torq 2.0. So in Torq 2.0, it's a very full-featured software, a very nice software to use. It has 10 effects built in. It also has 5 cue points per deck. You also have 4 decks of control if you want to use here. If you're using it with this actual device, then you can only use your 2 vinyl inputs. But if you can get another device that's a 8 in, 8 out, then that way you can use your 4 decks of control with your Torq software and 4 vinyl or CD time codes, and it will work just fine. Other than that, you also have your loop controls per deck, and you have the ability to put 2 different effects mapped to any deck in particular. So 2 effects at a time on any deck. Other points here, all your play controls, all of your mixer functions are external or internal. You can set it up to where if you don't have an external mixer, that you can do all your mixing functions inside the software, or you can even do a combination of virtual decks and live decks. Meaning you can have your virtual decks, like 2 decks of the software, and then you can use that with 2 decks of your hardware control as well. So a lot of versatility here. You can use the actual Midi Mapper within Torq to map some limited functions. I say limited meaning you can map all of your DVS type functions like cue points, loops, effects to any type of MIDI controller that you see fit, but it's not as in-depth as the Tractor Mapper. You can go in Tractor and you can map a lot more smaller details and fine adjustments within a MIDI controller, but in here you just have basically your basics. Other things, and another small gripe, minor gripe with Torq 2.0 is that you only get 10 effects. For a lot of those EDM style DJs, you guys are going to want a lot more than the 10 effects that are built in, but for, again, most DVS users will probably be fine with that. The software also has 16 sample banks at your disposal. The sample banks can also be manipulated with your vinyl time code or your CD time code as you see fit, and then you can play it back. There's also a built-in recorder in Torq 2.0, so it's a pretty full-featured software, and you get all of that for only $70. This is a limited time, only in the United States. It's $70. You can find it at www.pssl.com. That's Pro Sound and Stage Lighting. I've been going to them for at least 15 years now. They're very reliable. But now they have this set up, and it's only $70. So just to put it into perspective, if you go into a store today and you try to buy Torq 2.0 by itself, it's going to run you $199 retail. You can get Torq 2.0 along with this whole software and inclusive setup for only $70. I'm not sure how long this is going to last, but I jumped on it as a backup system. So very briefly, in performance, in use, the system is very, very nice. The response for the actual time code control is very, very quick, very low latency. Again, the software doesn't really eat up a bunch of your computer's resources like some of the other DJ software out there. And everything just worked very nicely. I didn't get any times where I was getting a pop or any type of hissings, any type of audio issues. I didn't get any drops. I haven't had one crash with the system. I'm running a Windows 7 machine, 4 gigabytes of RAM with an i5 processor, and I had no issues whatsoever. You guys with the lower level systems will also have a ball with the system, and you won't have any issues with latency whatsoever. Everything that you do on the actual vinyl, on the record, is perfectly displayed back out through your outputs, and you're just gonna love the system overall. It just works. And it works with low latency. It's very quick, very precise, and I really couldn't tell the difference between using this system and using other systems out there. There's also a sync button located within the software for all you DJs who want to take the easier way out. They do have a sync option there. You can press and you can use the quantize type feature. That way everything always remains on beat and in sync, and everything will always remain just as you need it on the correct BPM and time code as you see fit. So we're going to go ahead and recommend this to anybody who doesn't want to spend an arm and a leg on their first DVS setup. It's actually good to last you up into professional level as well. If you're satisfied with the features that are built in, then you won't actually need an upgrade. But if you want more effects and you maybe want a better, like the best sounding sound that you could get, then maybe you do want to go to Tractor or Serato or another software that maybe will cost you a lot more, but maybe will give you exactly what you're looking for. But for most digital vinyl users, for beginners, this will work just fine, straight out of the box. Everything you need. All you need is a mixer, your decks, and your computer, and you plug it all in, and it's ready to go. Very easy to use, very easy to set up, and you can't beat the price. So for more on the full written review, you can head on over to www.djbooth.net/DJS. You can also follow me on Twitter at DJBlaze_DJBooth, and keep subscribing to the YouTube channel. That way you know when we have these videos coming out, you get it firsthand. You'll get a nice email tell you exactly when these videos are coming out. The YouTube channel is www.youtube.com/RealDJBlaze. Thanks for watching.